Hello. Well, welcome to day 6 of the 120-day reintegration process, and day 6 of the lovely water fast that I'm undertaking. As you can see, a change of scenery. So previously, I have done most of my little diary things from my dining area, which is also set up as a workspace. But at the back of my house, I have a healing space that I work out of as well. And so I thought I'd bring it in here, primarily because every time I tried to do something out there, my work computer kept coming on. I'm not sure what was going on. I just turned everything off. Anyway, that was the encouragement to don't do it out there. Come in here. So here I am. Anyway, so day 6, woke up with the joys of life. So I got up, meditated, had a really magical meditation in regards to a lot of light coming in, really good vibration, disappearing away, and then coming back again, which is always nice when you completely disassociate, disconnect from your cognitive mind, and then you pop back again. And then opened the curtains, and it was blue sky and sunshine. And what it did, I brought out the song with me actually, and so I found myself singing some songs, a bit of Michael Jackson. The Don't Blame It on the Sunshine song, which I think is Blame It on the Boogie is actually the name of it. Anyway, that doesn't matter. And then I found myself in the shower singing All You Need Is Love by the Beatles. So an interesting start to the day, as you can imagine. I worked today, which was good. But I've sort of just got slower as the days got on, and I've sort of petered out into a lovely state of, well, just nothingness really, in regards to just not feeling really blur, but not feeling really hey. So but I've been thinking, interestingly enough, and one of the reasons I am doing the detox part at the start is actually to bring up vibration, and so to help with the the feeling and thinking components of me. And I started thinking about balance. And I started thinking about balance because I made the mistake of reading some news articles, and it made me realise how based in fear we are. It's all about war and destruction and death and that sort of thing, and it's all around fear. And it got me thinking: is there intention to that? Is the intention to create fear, and the consequence is fear, right? And so, the consequence is definitely there, but is the intention fear? But then it made me think that, because we live in that duality, or we live, in a duality state, we need to remember that all that bad stuff we read about, there's just as much good stuff happening, and there's actually more. And because you don't read about that in the paper, right? You don't read about the good stuff that people are doing, either in their, with their families or with their communities, or in their countries. Goodness is everywhere, kindness is everywhere. Compassion for ourselves and other people is everywhere. And sometimes we forget that. Sometimes we forget that at the end of the day. Oh, I hate that. Well, I don't hate it. That's a really bad thing to say, actually. But, it just sounds very cliche, very John Mitchell at the end of the day. Ex-All Black rugby coach, or ex-All Black as well, actually. You have to remember that, and you have to sit with that energy, because by sitting with that energy, that the energy of compassion, the energy of gratitude and love, and the energy of grace, sitting with that. What it does is it goes beyond that low vibration of fear. We need to, we are moving out of that fear-based energy, into higher vibration. Anyway, there you go. There's a bit of it. So that's what I've been thinking about today, and there's a few other things. Anyway. What else can I tell you? What I can tell you is that I don't think Ted is that happy about the idea of the water fast, and I've realised it's because poor Ted, who is right there. There you go, star of the show. Oh, we're going to get his face in, can we? Yeah, there we go. Poor Ted is not getting his tidbits. And so, you know, when I'd eat a meal, he'd always get a tidbit. And like, not to overfeed him. I mean, mind you, he's about 36 kilos, but he's a, you know, he's a big boy. He's a big greyhound. So, yeah, so I don't think he's a big fan of it. But that's okay because you know what? It's only 14 days. So, yes. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Much love. Hope you're well. Hit the subscribe button. Tell people about me.